Did Fur just beat Mario within like 5 minutes? Has it been 5 minutes?
What are you talking about?
It looks like it's 40 minutes, 31 seconds on the bottom right.
The guy you're hosting. Oh, 40 minutes. Oh, okay. Yep. No, 40 minutes is the total play time. Oh, it took him 23 minutes, I think. Okay.
Oh, I'm so tired from last night.
What was last night?
Work.
Oh.
Okay, so I work campus security for a local college. Yesterday was finals. Tonight,
Oh, no.
everybody has to be out. Last night, everybody went batshit crazy!
That's what happens.
Oh no.
We got there and did our lockups. Then we responded to a drunken fight between two students at the ceramics building. Then we had to respond to a... then we went around, did some patrolling in the parking lots, which is what we needed to do last night a lot. because our PD liaison, our PD liaison decided that he didn't feel like showing up. And so he wasn't patrolling the lots for us. And, you know, with people moving out, there's a lot of valuable stuff in cars. It's for thieves. So, to patrol the lots, then we get called over our main building, where some students decided to climb up on top. Onto the roof. Trespassing and extremely dangerous.
Oh no. Were they
Okay.
drunk?
At our local area, the tradition is to drink, strip, and ride the big metal bull statue in the parking area.
I would take that over the nonsense I had to deal with last night.
I'm sorry, but cold metal and gonads do not mix.
Oh no, it doesn't.
Oh no.
But at least they're not putting at least they're not going to fall off the roof of a building, which will cause countless problems.
No, you're not wrong. And you had the occasional problems caused by our engineering students. Those are fun.
Or, you know, so after dealing with the people on the roof, I camped out in front of the building, saw one of them come back, hoping that we had left so they could go back on the roof. I'm just like, don't you even think about it, you dumbass. And then we've got... After that, we had our supervisor come in because there was just so much crazy activity that we needed some backup. There's only 2 of us for the entire campus. So we go off, we're sitting in front of the building where they were climbing up, just keeping an eye out on things. 2 students were out at the street, messing around with construction equipment out there, probably gonna get themselves hurt with that stuff. We had to call PD because, you know, that's not our problem. Then they hear us talking to the PD and start shouting and saying fuck you and running off and all that nonsense. I'm just like, really?
They told fuck off to a police officer?
No, we're not actually cops.
Oh.
Although we do have more authority than the police on our campus.
Wait, you said you called the PD though?
Yes.
Yes, he
PD
being
never
the
arrived.
security, them being the police department.
While he was calling the PD, they said all that to him.
Oh, okay, sorry. I got the order of events mixed up.
They started running down towards our dorm area, so I was on the golf cart we've got and drove over there to try and cut them off in case they were actually students and tried to go into the dorms. So because, you know, once they're actually on the property, I'm allowed to stop them and ID them, and, you know, then it's easy to bust them. They did not come in, but then a large group of students came in. And I'm sitting there watching them, you know, just being a presence at that point. And one of the students is wrapped up in this giant fluffy blanket, or at least I thought it was a blanket from afar. No, he got closer and I realized that's a mattress. Why is he wrapped up in a mattress?
Oh no, I think I know where this is going.
Honestly, I wish I could say why. I just kind of was like, I am done with tonight. I'm not even gonna question it.
So, oh god, I actually, I
And
have
then the
a
fireworks.
Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah.
Weren't fireworks above 2 feet illegal in Utah? Or
Well, yeah.
Outside
If
of
they get
prescribed
caught.
holidays, they're entirely.
oh,
If they get caught. Unfortunately, we were on the other side of campus when 5 massive booms happened above our main building. We rush over there, and of course they're gone.
damn.
But yeah, just everybody went batshit. And they tried flipping our patrol car too.
Oh no.
Yeah, they flipped it about a month ago, and we've been hearing rumors that they're going to try again. My partner that's there with me he came over and was like, all right, you go on break. And I'm like, oh, thank God. So I'm driving back to the office, come around the corner just in time to see 3 people trying to push it on our car, trying to push it over. I got off my cart and I'm chasing after them screaming bloody murder, and I'm pretty sure that one of them probably peed themselves. Serves them right, though.
Does. When I was visiting England, I took a tour of Cambridge and all the colleges around there. The tour guide mentioned a small thing about a college that I linked in chat. That's the Trinity College. More specifically, that's the King's College Chapel. Somebody scaled it one night and put an road cone on top of one of the spires. So they started to put scaffolding on there because they can't safely climb it, and the building's very old and all that stuff.
Oh yeah, somebody did that here in Utah.
They couldn't finish it during the day, so during that night, whoever did it climbed back up, took the road cone off, and then switched it onto the other spire.
We have the Mormon tabernacle here, and there's this big golden statue of an angel on the roof of the building. There is no conceivable way to get to this thing. Somebody climbed up there and put a pumpkin on its head. Nobody found out about it until the pumpkin sloughed off from being rotted. Alright, anyways, it's time we get started. Hi, guys!
Hi! Remember, college kids suck and never do anything dangerous is the lesson from our pre-game talk.
Also, I'm tired. And brain dead. Trying to pass on what happened in the shift last night. We were just like fumbling over every word. But anyways, hello everyone and welcome. I am Razim. This is Face of Furry Dungeons and Dragons. I'm turning it over now. Somebody else take it from here. I don't care
do
who.
that. I am Alainir. I am the Dungeon Master this evening. And we are picking up with part 2 of Swimming in a Sea of Regrets.
Yeah.
So last session, you guys finally made it back to Mole Master after over a month gone.
Quick
The
question for you.
entire city was
Before you
not
continue,
burning down. Yes,
is
question.
anyone else showing us offline?
Word of
On the stream.
community's acclaim
Or is it
The
just me?
stream?
Yeah, it's just offline
No,
for
the
me.
stream's online.
Refresh.
I did twice.
I refreshed and it
That's-
started to work.
Mine's been working this entire time.
Weird. Okay, I'll refresh it again later.
Keep fiddling with it. Anyway, you return to Mulmaster despite forebodings it was not burning down. However, when you tried to reconnect with the unnamed scholarly contact you gave the Orb of Water to, you found his home ransacked and were directed to use a mail gem to try and trace his hiding location. When you found him, you managed about 2 minutes of conversation before a group of pirates, reavers, something broke in and started abducting your contact and the orb you left him with. You have all passed through the portal that their leader used to escape, and we will be picking up on the other side. Any questions, concerns, or comments as we begin?
Tell me
just tell
about
us where
the
you are
wild
so we can
boat,
murder
the
everything.
wabbit.
You forgot my super special awesome speech.
Would you like to repeat your super special awesome speech?
Sure, let me find my notes on it.
Well, while you do that, here is the map in which you find yourselves.
Guys, help! I'm stuck in a map! I can't get out!
Well, if you hadn't shrunk yourself, this wouldn't be an issue. Anyway,
I totally did just
Elysian
forget.
and Tato, you made it through
Are
on
you sure
the
this is the right map?
reasonably. Why?
I mean, maybe my map is a little different from yours then, because I see some weird Shatterkeel.
Yeah, that's
That's
the
the guy
enemy.
you've been facing. You don't actually know his name, but whatever. I forgot to unidentify him before I shared his actual person with you. So,
What to say? Okay.
Tato, you and Elysian made it through the portal on that same round, thanks to Elysian dragging you through. You are both present. Everyone else will take a couple of extra rounds to get there. You find yourselves in an entirely different place. The land around Mulmaster is a little moorish. It's largely grasslands with a fairly high humidity and subsequent rainfall, so it's a reasonably green area, somewhat cool for being in the central mountain district. Where you are now is, at a glance, scattered stony hills with scrub and a lot of bare earth. Temperatures are somewhat warmer, that is immediately noticeable. It is, I believe... Actually, given the distance you traveled with that, you've actually lost an hour if you look at the stars real fast. So, by lost, I mean you are further west of where you were. So it's still very early morning. We're talking 4 or 5 a.m.
Damn.
Before you, looming in the darkness, is what is obviously a stone wall. You're close enough to see that with the torches that are illuminating it. Gar is running towards more of his men, dressed and equipped in much the same way as the others, which is to say, no uniform, but a uniformity in the raggedness of their clothing. You've seen similar styles amongst pirates and other mercenary bands in the Mulmaster area. Since it is a location change, but we are continuing along the same initiative, We are continuing the same combat. I'm going to keep initiatives where they are. Anyone object?
Nope. I don't, at least.
Let me check what my initiative was.
You're pretty high.
Good. I'm glad that everyone's fine with it. Yours was a 9 if you keep talking.
Okay.
All right. So going back to the top of the initiative, Crickets, you are still fighting in that area. Tato, this is what lies before you. I'm going to take away half of your movement for you being dragged through with Elysian.
That's fine.
Oops, so there's one more figure in the area. Let me pull it up. See if I can get just the token, maybe. Keep thinking and telling me what you're doing when I do this. I'm going to put on a temporary token until we're ready for that. What are you doing?
Well,
Tato
right
will
now
hurl-
I'm currently looking through my playlist for my combat playlist. Oh, there it is.
He was asking me.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Tato will.
Actually, sorry, I do need to describe this as I think about it. As you blink, clearing your eyes of the portal's flash, you see these three coming out as though to meet Gar Shatterkill, whose name you don't know, and a figure that is lost in shadow is chasing them, it would seem. Or at least they are looking back at it and moving away.
That all?
That is all. My apologies.
Alright. Tato will. will cast Hunter's Mark on Gar. The guy.
You should already have it active.
I need to put it
No,
on.
no,
him.
you're right. You're right. You were saying that you would do so when you were through the portal. So, yes, please.
Okay, does it show he has it on him now?
I
drag and dropped it.
The effects.
I
But
believe
might be
that's something
something.
that you drag onto yourself, and we just remember that it's on him. Isn't it like a
Alright.
damage bonus for you?
It's a damage bonus, and I get
If it says damage bonus for just you, then that means that you drag it onto yourself, and we just remember that it's on him.
Exactly.
Yeah, I have advantage on wisdom or survival checks to perception or survival checks to find him.
Okay, that is active, we will assume. And that is your bonus action, so you still have a regular action and half of a move action.
Alright, I'm going to hurl my spear at him, and then teleport to it.
Okay, make an attack roll.
$15 hit?
Nope, that is a miss.
Where does the spear go?
With that roll, it will land in the adjacent square. We'll say that you fail. Actually, give me a D10 roll. Or D8. Let's say D8. Okay, it fell just south of him on the map.
So, like, right here?
Exactly. In a moment will I reveal these lot to you. If it can. It might not have worked as I hoped it would. Regardless, you have technically a move left, but I don't think you have any place you can go with that. So I think that is your turn, correct?
What else can I do with a move action?
Not much, really. You're blocked from going forward by them being in the way, so...
Alright, I'll pass my... Howdy.
Okay, Gar Shatterkill is going to do what he can to escape. He will look to you, Tato, and he actually needs to make a quick concentration check because he is casting a spell whilst you are in melee range. He succeeds, albeit barely. And you will be making a wisdom saving throw. Yeah, no. That fails. He looks towards you, Tato, and barks something in a language that you may or may not recognize. Do you speak Arcane?
Yes, I do.
Okay, it's an arcane sentence in that language. You are paralyzed as he casts Hold Person on you. He then proceeds further in, telling his people to deal with the interlopers. The shadowed figure gets an attack off at him as he moves by, but he just manages to move out of the way. It misses. That is his turn. And a whole bunch of turns that I will skip next. Nim, you are also currently still fighting in the other battle. Elysian.
Elysian, let's do a little bit of, I'm going to place myself here in sync. 1, 2, 3. I'm just going to stab that one a few times.
Try rolling on that. It should have been placed beforehand, but it might have forgotten the ID, so...
Yeah, the ID's not there. I can't
I'll
roll on
remove it and replace it with another one. A sec.
Okay.
I'd hoped that that would... Oops. I think I accidentally did the wrong thing. There we go. We will put this guy down in its place. There you go.
There.
Work with that one.
Boop. 1, 2. Ow!
I see what happened. Okay. Yeah, that is a hit on both, definitely.
Very ow. Actually, add 4 health to it again. I've heard.
Can do. Give me a moment.
I rolled I rolled the regular dagger instead of the offhand one I have.
Well, it is still alive in either case, so that is your turn. Give me a perception check since you're a bit closer there.
So as I hear where perception actually was. There it is. I utterly failed.
You don't utterly fail, but you need to
Oh.
re-roll it in the tower anyway.
Oh, yeah, sorry. towers. Always in the tower.
Give me just a minute as I clean this up, because I found out what the problem was.
Yay! Yay for problem solving.
Okay, with that roll, you make out some familiarity to the figure in front of you. It is definitely feline. You catch sight of a cloaked figure with cat ears, and you think it looks familiar.
I
But
know who it is.
It is also still oddly shrouded in the darkness. You're not sure why.
Oh. Elysian would be kind looking over the Reaver's shoulder, trying to figure out where he actually has seen this person before. It can't be the other feline because he's still at the other place. So where
Actually,
do I know
he's
this one?
currently in Gar Shatterkill's grasp.
I was referring to crickets.
Ah, yes.
But yes, he's also in Garkilo, so it's not him either. So that's my turn.
Okay, and some things happen off screen that you do not see. Silver and Azeroth, you are still fighting elsewhere. More things happen, more things happen, more things happen. Give it a minute. Shenzi is not here, and we advance to Tato. Your turn again.
Alright, how do I break out of hold person? Do I get another save?
One moment. So at the end of your turn, you can make another wisdom save. On success, you are freed. I will pull up his abilities so I can roll the save on you. You almost managed to shake it off, but you just can't quite get rid of it. Not right now, at least. I'm afraid that you lose this turn. You can take purely mental actions if you have any. Like, say, a perception check.
Nope.
Hint.
Tato is pissed.
Okay, are you looking at where Gar Shatterkill went, or the figure that tried stabbing at him?
Where
Let
Gar
me ask you that.
where Gar went.
Okay, in that case you may forgo the perception check if you do not wish to take it.
I'll take it with advantage.
Just for that, you can take it with disadvantage because you're looking at Gar Shatterkill.
But Gar's the one I hit with Hunter's Mark.
Well, you see him, he's further down the tunnel. There's one sputtering torch still lighting this area, but the rest look to have been put out by something. And actually, I suppose I can unveil that for you real fast here. Assuming it lets me, of course. There you go. Tunnel leading further in, it looks like it was once covered by a gate and portcullis, but the gate has rotted away and the portcullis is currently up.
Is Tato able to speak while paralyzed or no?
Nope, you can make grunting noises if you call that speech.
No.
Well, Gar Shatterkill moves further in, out of your line of sight again. And you hear somebody calling from within, and with that, if Elysian, with your perception roll, you'd certainly notice, but I will allow you both to re-roll. This is an audio thing now. Okay, Elysian, you're a little further, well, you're about equidistance. Now, both of you are able to hear what is going on inside. But Elysian, you can tell that there are sounds of battle from within. One voice in particular calls out, "Oh, ow! Watch it, and there's more coming in from the front."
Elysian's ears perk up, and his tail starts wagging really fast as he'd go, "We need to get inside, Tato, now."
I guess Tato says, okay. Next turn is to this guy, who I really need to find on the map here. Yes, it is him. The river by that north section of the wall aims a crossbow at Elysian. Actually, he'll take a step. No, he can't, actually. Ignore that. Because he is currently being threatened by this figure over here. So he swings at it with his long sword and manages to connect, dealing some damage. Something seems odd about the way he hit, but you can't quite tell what it was. Things happen further in, but this fellow here will swing at Elysian, because you are right there. And you hit him, and he doesn't like that. So swinging with his shark-toothed longsword, he strikes you for a solid blow. He is using both hands, dealing 10 damage to you. Nim, you are still fighting elsewhere.
It is Elysian's turn, and he is not happy. He heard something
Oops.
that he
Did kind of
really wants to
accidentally
get
skip
to, and no goddamn thing in the world is going to stop him from getting there now.
Hit and a miss, attacking that Reaver number 8. You swing with your rapier. Well, it's more of a jab, really, but same difference. Piercing him through, and he falls with a gurgle. He is dead. Now that the foe is out of your way, if you'd like to take another perception check on that thing in front of you, you may.
I can't move now, right?
You can, actually, because
Oh.
you've only taken your actions this round.
I'm just
Keeping your
going to
perception
make
first.
I'm just going to run for it.
Give me a perception first, because
Okay.
I really, really want you to. It's something you would see as he falls. Okay, with that one, you get a little bit more. Whatever this figure is, it's not human. It seems to be made of shifting shadows, but it looks just like Zale.
Well, he'd just go to run inside now.
Okay. You will take an attack of opportunity from one of those others if you do so.
Yep, I'll risk it. Let's see if I can actually use my bonus action. Oh wait, no. Oh, I can use it to do dash. Good.
You can indeed. You can either use your bonus action to disengage and not take the attack of opportunity, or to dash and move double.
I'll risk the attack of opportunity.
Okay, I assume you're passing by the one that's attacking the shade.
Yep.
Which is now on the tracker, and if I can find where it went in initiative, there it is. It will be right here. Okay. Reaver 13 will make his attack at you. And just manages to hit.
Ugh.
Sorry, that was barely over. 5 points of slashing damage. However, to reward you, I will give you a little more of what is going on inside.
1, 2. If I can pass that, because if I'm using dash, I can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can actually end up right here. But
okay,
seeing
you will
as
be
they're
moving. Just a sec, one moment. I need to reveal to you this fellow. This fellow. This fellow. And this fellow. This fellow. This fellow. Decide where you're moving while I get the rest of these north of you on.
maybe... Yeah, maybe not there. A little bit back now. Having popped in there going, nope.
Well, of more note, I have a few more
Oh, okay.
creatures visible. Sorry about this. There was no way to prep it beforehand. And there are a long list of player characters. Indeed, as you had expected, Zale Argent is right there.
Yay, friend Zale. If only Shenzi was here.
If only. Maybe if I'd remembered to warn her that today was important.
Although, technically, every single one these days is important.
You're not wrong, but I was really hoping to have her around for this one.
Yeah.
I'm almost done. There are a couple more. As you round that corner into the courtyard, as it would be, you find the scene lit by what appears to actually be smoldering sections of debris, crates and such, as well as a few scattered torches. A large quantity of what appear to be the same Reavers are fighting with Zale Argent, whom you recognize, two blonde-haired elves, and what you think is a gnome there at the back. Most of them appear to be surprised to see all of you.
Well, there's only one thing to do, and that's start helping Zale. But that will have to be next turn, as I can't actually do anything now. I don't want to distract Zale because, ooh, not a good time to do it.
Well, the image that looks like Zale makes his own attack against Reaver 13. It seemed like it largely ignored you. It managed to hit with what appears to be a dagger, dealing some damage. I think the next turn coming up will be Tato's, because, nope. Combat will proceed in that courtyard, what you see of it. But I'm not really going to go through every little bit of it just yet. So we are back up with Tato.
Can I roll the wisdom save this time?
You are indeed allowed to roll the wisdom save. And you did worse than both times I rolled it.
God.
However, it doesn't last forever, so eventually you'll get out.
Yeah.
Okay, Gar Shat to Kill moves up further again. He is taking the dash action while yelling for his forces to fight.
Can I get Tato out perilous?
If you had Dispel Magic,
Oh, yeah, no. That seems like it would be a thing Azeroth has. Or, Shen.
well, Elysian, it is your turn again. And this is the last round before the others come and join you.
Okay, no. Which, Reavers is Zale actually engaged with?
Some of them seem to have backed away from him briefly, but he is fighting off and on the four closest to you.
Well,
Primarily that one just northeast of you.
I'm going to go after the unidentified creature. It looks dangerous.
Okay, roll to hit. That is definitely hit on the first one, and actually on the second as well. Roll for damage.
1, 2. So, for Zale, Elysian comes out of there and just charges the unidentified creature and begins stabbing it.
Why do you get a sneak attack?
Because it's not focused on me.
As I move tokens around, it is actually engaged with Zale right now. So, he is right, he gets Snape, which is why I didn't say anything. Okay, I think that is this round, so we will begin the new one. And give me a moment, we'll get everybody onto the field. It is the round once all of you are... Any particular party order that you would like? Arrange it in the few seconds you have before we begin this next round.
Totally didn't forget to keep, to make sneak attack for or D6.
I think that would be pretty accurate for the order we came in. Though probably would be like here instead.
Do you see much the same? Although you obviously don't know where Gar went. You know that there are two creatures here and... two Reavers here, and something that you can't quite make out.
Zale, when you get a chance, can you, fix my sneak attack to be 4d6?
You mean on the creature, and that would be Ma'alin, yeah? Not Zale. Zale is busy fighting said creature. But yes, I can.
Well, that and on the actual ability stat block, because I can't seem to edit it for some reason.
I can walk you through it in a moment.
Thanks.
So on your actions with the sneak attack, click the little hourglass. What have you done to that? One moment.
Don't know.
Should I go masterwork? Blah blah. For some reason, you've really changed things. There's a minus 20 bonus on the to hit for that, which I don't get, but click on the hourglass next to the sneak attack and then drag drag a d6, right click 3 times to make it 4, and drop it onto where it says dice.
Oh, okay, so that's how you do it. Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
And then I remove the negative 20 bonus.
Doesn't matter because it's not actually to hit, but it was kind of confusing as to why it was there.
I don't know, it's just always been there.
And in the event, on top of the initiative, crickets.
Yes. We are now in the fight, yes?
Correct, sir.
Tato looks like he has an enemy who is in front of him, and he's not moving at all, is he?
No, in fact, he is frozen in place, and looks somewhat comical, if it's
What about the lever? Is he frozen too?
No, he's definitely not frozen.
Ah, very well. I shall go assist my friend. Watch my back! I must help Tato! And I will make my 3 attacks, because I no longer have my special attacks from last week. That is probably a miss.
That is definitely a miss.
Yeah, what about that one?
That one hit.
Ha ha! Venti! My claw rakes across his face. Ah, an even better strike! I reach as my paw reaches between the plates in his armor and finds fresh meat.
Well, it is certainly a hit.
Unfortunately, not much damage on that one, though.
That's pretty good for trying to go through the armor.
And then I will pass the turn.
Taito.
I'm right here. I'll roll my wisdom save again.
You make it with aplomb. You are so energized seeing crickets coming to your rescue like this that you shake it off as though it were never there.
Wonderful. I'm going to stab the crap out of Crushing Reaver 12 since he's in my way.
By all means, feel free to scrap the crap out of Crushing Reaper 12.
Time for stabby stab.
Well, that is a hit. And a hit. So roll for damage both times. Oh yes. Oh yes. He is dead.
My spear just goes right through his heart.
Good.
Oh,
Deserves
Tato
it.
is pissed off.
Okay, give me one moment. I actually should have taken off your paralysis there.
There we go.
You are much better now. Do you have aught else you wish to do this round?
Yes, he'll pass by Cricket. Oops. And then say to the shade of Zale, he's not really that aware, he thinks it's just Zale. Big Claw has the orb. And just as he's running.
The apparition turns to look at you briefly, and its eyes are not alive.
That's fine. Alright, I've done my full movement, so here you go. I practically yelled it out, so if anyone wants to, I guess far away, can make a perception to hear Tato, that big claw has the orb.
It's not impossible.
Okay.
Something happens that you can't see. Well, actually, Lysian, you can. The blonde elf that is closer to you is attacking one of the Reavers, but misses 2 out of the 3 slashes he takes. Wow, you suck. Why did I take the time to make you? This is normally the time that Gar Shatterkill would go, but you don't know what he's doing. Which brings us to this Reaver who is still trying to kill the apparition that has been aggressing him. Manages to hit, and with a hollow sounding, not quite scream, but cry, the apparition fades away. No longer able to contain its form with the amount of damage it has sustained. Nim Otar, it will be your turn in a moment while I work a couple of things out. What are you doing?
Dealing with...
Dealing with dying? Yes, that is very hard.
Sorry, I had somebody message me and start insulting the artwork that we got from Mary, saying that he's better quality and trying to force me, somehow thinking he can force me to be a customer of his.
Let's do that.
Just tell him to go fuck himself then.
Don't even do that. Just block it. Not worth our
Or
time.
that.
Oh, I blocked him, but now I've got to deal with drama because he's in a group, and I banned him from there, and now some of his friends are mad at me.
Well, just copy-paste the entire conversation you had with him to his friends, and then block them.
No, I'm not blocking them. They haven't actually done anything. They're just, you know...
They're just being tools, so block them.
Again, you're a little hostile there, buddy.
Either way,
Anyways.
I'm gonna go take care
People
of this
being manipulated
Prussian
on
Wave
tools.
Reaver.
That's mean. Oh,
It looks quite happy with himself, having dispelled the apparition. That is a miss, though.
Oh wait, I have a second attack.
I was waiting, but that is also a miss. Apparently, he's just running on a high right now, and you can't hit him. But yes, well, things happen in the background. Elysian, it will be your turn next.
Okay.
As you watch, the other elf manages to shoot twice, killing one of the reavers next to the other. Well, the blonde elf with the bow, to clarify. It is your turn.
From behind the creature. Hi, Zale.
What? Lysian? Is that you?
Yes.
What in the night else are you doing here?
We were chasing Gar Shattersteel. He has the water orb.
You don't know his
Clarify,
name.
you don't know his
Oh,
name. That
sorry.
was just,
We were chasing Fish Guy. He has the water orb.
Wait. You're telling me that he's got the orb?
Yes.
Oh, that is not good. Alright, guys, we gotta finish this.
Do you want me to go chase him, or do you want me to stay here?
actually, if you look out the way he went, you'll see what else they've been doing with a lovely line of crossbowmen.
Oh no.
Which I will arduously reveal to all of you shortly.
Here's to hoping that Fantasy Grounds Unity has a button that you press and just reveals lines of units.
It's not that much. There's only 4 of them. For now.
Well, me and Tato are here, but I'm not sure where the others are. He summoned a portal and escaped.
And there's actually about as much conversation as you can have in a 6-second round, so take your actions.
Okay, I'm going to continue targeting the very mean-looking unidentified creature.
Okay, that is a hit and a hit. He doesn't have very much AC.
Good.
But
And
give
now-
me a perception as you strike him this time.
Okay. I'll save my sneak attack for after that then.
You're hitting him, but you're not doing anything.
Oh.
Don't bother with him, he's some sort of lycanthrope.
Oh. I need silver then. He'd shake his head and turn his attention. You don't still happen to have the shadow dagger, do you?
If you look, Zale is using it right now.
Oh, okay. Never mind then.
Okay. This fellow is going to make some attacks. While I work this out, Silver, it is your turn.
All right. Well, maybe he'll be able to hit. I kind of want to get this guy out of our back before we, advance. Why aren't they on the combat tracker?
They are. The ones that are they not revealed to you? Ah, I see. It reveals them on the map, but not on the
Boom!
You can manage this.
Meanwhile, I
But
will
yes,
draw
that
myself
is
a card.
definitely a hit. Go ahead and draw yourself a card.
To clear the crit, and that would be piercing. Yes. Press the advantage. Triple damage. If this was a melee attack, you can make a DC 14 strength athletics check to increase this to quadruple damage.
Do so.
Athletics, alright.
I'd say that one. Yes. Okay, how
Well,
about you
I
just
think we don't-
agree that we kill him and move on? Or do you actually want to roll the damage and see how much he splats?
I want to see how much.
Okay, well, actually, he could survive this. He almost survived that. Silver rushes up, jumps, locks his jaws around the poor fellow's neck, and drags him down to the ground, twisting and tearing at the neck as he goes. Classic takedown by Arcanid friends. If that is your turn, please pass to Azeroth.
Well, this is a fun movement turn I have right here. 30. Boop. And you know what? Guess I can range attack. I think they're within you. What was the range attack? 20 was the max distance? I forgot. I'm sorry.
Range attack, what?
If I use my range attack on Crushing Weaver 5, am I within range? Is what I'm asking.
You should. Which range attack? Is the question.
Which what now? Oh,
There are a great many ranged attacks.
I have no idea what my bow and arrow is.
Okay, if you're using a bow or a crossbow,
Yeah.
it's like
Okay.
they have hundreds.
Oh, well, shoot.
Right.
Okay. Well, then that's just that then. Okay, then. Gonna roll it on the big guy. Boop.
Okay, that is a hit, if only just.
Woohoo. Boop. And I'll get a second attack in while I can.
Do so. Well, can you do that with a crossbow without having the feat?
Oh. Good question.
I think you need to spend a bonus action to reload it, which precludes your second attack because you take that as a bonus action.
I didn't know that was a thing. No one's ever said anything about reloading being an action. I did too. Okay. But okay, if that's the way.
Yeah, it's
Go on
in
to
the
the next.
crossbow rules.
Oh, well, consider it reloaded then and move on.
Go ahead and roll another attack to clear the crit, though. Okay, well, he doesn't like that, and guess what? He has his own crossbow. Zim, can I get a piercing crit card, please?
Oh god.
Okay,
Alright.
the roll I made to clear the crit was a 1.
I think that definitely clears the crit, so let's just move on.
Really?
Piercing. Shot through the heart. The target needs to make a Constitution saving throw. On a failed save, lose 1/4 of your maximum hit points at the end of your turn for 3 rounds.
Okay, Azeroth, please make a very important Constitution saving
Oh,
throw.
Azeroth again!
Uh-huh.
Oh, stop picking on the skunk! I know he stinks, but come on!
Do you want it in the tower or no?
In the tower, please. What is
Well,
the DC? Zim?
It's a DC 18.
Fortunately, you just made that.
In that case, it would just be normal damage.
Normal damage we can do. Okay, that was his retribution. These guys are going to attack for a bit. For a moment. In the meanwhile, if I can get it to highlight the proper character. Oh, that was definitely a miss. Zale attacks at the creature that you were trying to hit. If you look more closely at it, it's not quite a man. It appears almost as though it has the features of something else. A boar, perhaps. So if it is a were something, it is likely a were boar. He hits it twice with his weapons, but misses on the third slash and passes his turn. Well, I figure out what all of these are doing. Well, actually, we're going up on a new round here. So people figure out what you will be doing as we move on, while I take care of a lot of this.
I feel like we should have brought in army and just used whichever book has the army mechanics.
Well, if you have an army in your pocket somewhere, by all means.
Let me check the bag of clothing.
Okay, roll me a percentile to see if you pulled it out.
Nope, nope. Hold on. It's, how did I, oh no, it's this one. No? Which one was the percentile? Oh, there we go.
Right click the D10 and select the percentile
I'll
option.
pull high.
Well, that is definitely not high.
Nope.
Okay, well. Crickets, it will be your turn, and what is happening is beyond your current view, so go ahead and start telling me what you're doing.
I can see 2 more of these crashing ravers up ahead. So I am going to rush between my friends and attack the nearest one.
Okay, as you clear the gate, you will see the same things the others have. There are approaching a dozen reavers still in this area, and they are in combat with people whom, for the most part, you have never seen.
No. Well, I assume if they're fighting the reavers, they will be on our side. We will have to see. However, I will start with the one behind me. With a flurry of blows.
Alrighty, that is a miss.
A miss?
Well, let me see. You rolled... Oh, no. Sorry, I'm rolling things at the same time you're rolling things, so... That was a hit. His was a miss.
Okay. And then, since that one looks like it is dying, or maybe dying, I will attack the one that is between my friends here, or that my friend is attacking with the person I have never seen before.
Well, you have seen a copy of Zale. You haven't seen the actual one.
Hello, sir. I thought you were dead. That was a miss, I believe.
That was a miss, yes. But it was a valiant try. If you're finished, pass the
Final
turn.
attack? Ooh.
Of course you're not finished. You're a monk.
That is probably the best hit yet. Ha ha!
That is very much a hit. Please roll for damage.
There we go. I got you.
Okay, he is heavily damaged. It looks like you've dealt quite the blow to him.
Very good. And then I pass the turn.
Right, you technically didn't have it yet, but now it is Tato's turn.
Tato will rush in.
A couple more Reavers have fallen over the course of this round, including the one that Crickets just killed.
Tato will rush in, spear out, and just slam it into Crushing Wave Reaver number 46.
I believe there is a charge mechanic, but I don't remember offhand what it gives you in this one.
Let's see how charging works. I must move at least 10 feet in a straight line. And I gain advantage on the attack roll.
That's about what I'm assuming and seeing, so go ahead and take advantage and attack.
Cool. Is it only advantage for the first attack?
Yes. In fact, it might be... It is itself an action, so unless you get an attack as a bonus action, you can either move normally and get one attack with advantage, or two attacks without advantage, or charge and gain one attack with advantage.
I'll take the advantage.
Do so.
Oops. I don't know how that rolled twice.
It's fine. The first roll was the actual hit.
Mm-hmm.
And damage applied. He is looking like he is on his last legs.
Hey, Taya, look to your left.
Tato doesn't look to his left.
He's very focused. He just charged someone. You can't expect him to be looking all about as he does that.
Yes, I can. Anyways.
Okay, this person does something, as does Garshattakill. We don't quite see what. Let's roll these attacks real fast. And while he does that, Nim, it will be your turn next. You can go ahead and start working on it now.
I guess, I'm still confused here, but okay, I'll just go ahead and attack.
Well, give yourself a crit card.
What is going on with this?
Crits!
You're the crit.
Don't
It
complain, just accept it.
It's definitely Critmas. Alright. Oh, hey, the exclusive card. Deadly Precision. Roll a d20. Let's see. The 1 to 11, the target loses hit points equal to 1/4 of its current total.
Okay. Let's see, that was this guy. Reaper 7. Where are you, dead meat? Yeah, that'll kill him. Well, no, he's still up. Is that addition to normal damage, or just the way it works?
That's just, yeah, flat.
Okay, well,
That card literally cannot
still
kill
alive.
them unless I get a really high roll, in which case it outright kills them.
It makes you feel better, he has 1 hit point left.
Well, let's see if I hit him again.
You do, and you kill him.
There.
Do you feel better?
No! He's dead, but I don't feel satisfied.
Well, keep killing until you do.
Okay. The elf with the bow will do her thing. In the meantime, Elysian, go ahead and go.
1, 2, 3, 4. This one's going to have a very, very bad time.
Okay, I assume you take the disengage as a bonus to move away from the were creature.
I'm assuming the were creature is facing Zale right.
Doesn't matter, it still gets the attack of opportunity if you move
disengage then.
away from it. Yep.
Then I can't use charge, can I?
Charge is an action that requires you to move at least 10 feet, so technically you could.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case, I'm going charge 2.
You just can't use your offhand weapon with the disengage, so.
Fair enough. So, crushing reaver.
That
Plus-
is a hit.
Charge. then I don't get to use sneak attack on it. Not unless it's targeting either one of the other two.
Well, it doesn't matter. You deal enough damage to finish it off. And
Oh.
as you look around, you'll realize that most of the combatants here are at least slightly damaged, especially those that are tagged as friendly to you. But since you have moved a little further up, you see a little bit more. Including this guy right here, who seems a little bit different than the others you are fighting.
That one doesn't look friendly.
Okay, well, I work out this fellow's futile effort to slay and slaughter. Silver, it is going to be your turn.
Alright. You just messed up all my counting.
You're welcome.
Well, that's the closest he can get to the action. Actually, no. If I back up to here and go this route instead... Haha! Just to confirm for pack tactics, is Zale actually considered an ally here?
You know what? Sure. Silver's familiar enough with him.
Cool. Jump!
Oh yes, that is a hit.
For nearly max.
Well, about that. Silver's teeth rip into the creature, but the wounds close.
Bullshit! I'm gonna attack Zale instead.
No!
You sense that Zale is far more powerful than he once was, and might kick your ass.
Don't attack our friend. Bite his tail.
Azeroth, it is your turn. Zale doesn't have a tail.
Oh.
He has a tail bob, which good luck getting at it through his cloak.
Let's see. I think I will go. Okay, I'll put it right there. And shit. Think I'm gonna fuck. Should I attack? No. I know what I want to do. Am I able to cast? Am I able to cast another long range spell?
Thing is, casting next to him, you will have to make a concentration check in order to cast the spell, which is a Constitution save, basically, or a Constitution check.
Okay. That's not gonna help me then. Shit. Should I just... No, fuck it. I'm just gonna attack him. I'm not gonna do anything fancy this time, I promise. No, boop.
Well, that's a hit.
Yay. I'm gonna hit him.
Okay, again, you hit him, but it doesn't seem to do anything.
Well, again, stubbornness is the name of the game. Gosh darn it.
Okay, go ahead and hit him.
I hit him?
That is a hit.
Okay, dokie. One more time. Can't wait to be.
And your hammer bounces off.
Boo. Guys, my stubbornness isn't getting through this guy. Let's...
If you're finished, pass the round.
Oh, that's right. Sorry.
Okay, this guy is going to be doing some things, and all of these guys are going to be doing some things. So this is a good chance for conversation rolls. Just as an aside.
Okay. Guys, this guy's unaffected by anything physical. I'm assuming magic is the only thing that I could do to hurt him.
Very well. I will attempt to take him out on my next round. My next attack.
He's a lycanthrope. If you haven't got silver or magical weapons, don't bother.
My
Oh!
claws will tear him
Why
to
didn't you say
shreds.
so sooner, man? Good grief! I miss your late telling me things.
You know what? Never mind. I thought nothing.
Would a sock full of silvers hurt him?
No, I mean, technically not, because you're enemy with the sock, not the silver.
Well, I know what to do next time.
As he speaks, Zale stabs him with his quintessential shadowed blade, and the creature grunts in pain. Okay, well, if nobody else has anything to add, we can advance a pace. The creature is going to slam a fist down at Zale, because he's the one actually hurting him, but rather ineffectually on the first one. Nope. Okay, it will be the top of the initiative shortly. Crickets, go ahead and start working.
I think Crickets will move around Zale and position himself between the unidentified creature and Crushing Reaver number 25. As he passes by the unidentified creature, he will attempt to swipe him with his claws and see if he can finish it off.
Do so. Do your claws count as magical for overcoming damage resistance?
Yes, they do.
Well, then go ahead and roll for the damage. I will apply it manually if it doesn't go through.
At least I assume it does.
Well, I remember you saying so before, and it did indeed go through, so.
Very good. Slash again since he is still moving. Although I'm sure he's writhing in pain. Ooh, very good.
Well, Crickets does that. By the way, Tato, the Reaver next to you is attacking, but he misses.
He is still standing. Quite the powerful creature here.
Oh, he's big. He's buff. He looks like he might have
Oof.
4 tasks.
Does that last one hit?
And that actually hits.
Very good.
He's wearing a sort of hide loincloth instead of armor. Yeah. Okay, damage applies. He looks like he's actually bleeding and somewhat unsteady on his feet. Tato!
Tato doesn't say anything. He's just too pissed.
Well, you're pissed enough to miss with that one, but the second one hits. And you slam him down in your rage.
Alright. I use my bonus action for that second attack, don't I?
I don't think you do. As a ranger, you just get a second attack.
Oh, okay, cool. I would like to try and find Mr. Big Claw.
Okay, give me either a perception or an investigation check.
It would be survival, I thought.
Survival to track him. perception or investigation to try and locate him in the immediate area.
Oh. I put it on the tower, but no, don't. It didn't bother. No, okay. There we go.
Okay. You look around, see the carnage, the bodies, the bloodshed, and there is no sign of Mr. Crabclaw.
Tato just yells, "God damn
However,
it!"
with that roll, you will note his footprints in his size heading north, through where the line of crossbowmen are.
Elysian seems to already be heading that way.
Excuse me.
Alright, I'll take my move action then to go north. As much as I'd love to stabby stab the lycanthrope with my silver sword.
Okay, the blonde-haired elf next to you is wielding a pair of sickles, by the way. Begins his own slashy slash, which may not be a stabby stab, but has similar effects in most instances. If you observe his fighting style, it appears that it is not incredibly dissimilar from your own, relying more on dexterity and precise movement than brutality. God does a thing and a thing elsewhere. This guy, who is still alive up there, will actually start attacking Elysian because you are conveniently within his line of sight, but he misses. Nimotar.
Alright. I'm just gonna go. Just gonna attack. You know, do the thing.
He does smell like a pig, by the way. A pig man. Or a man pig.
Bacon!
Man bear pig? Man bear pig.
Oh yes, that hits.
You motivated him perfectly.
I thought that might do it.
And just for good
As
measure,
your jaws
this is him
close
eating.
about his thick throat. Well, that missed, or that hit, but, it's a corpse now, so, you clap your jaws around his throat, and the blood does not quite taste right for boar or man, and, in fact, seems to react against the magic of your fangs. These are the creatures that your religious teachings warned against, a lycanthrope serving evil ways. And, now it's just a lump of meat on the ground.
He's eating. He's spending the rest of his turn eating. Gonna enjoy
You are
some of
allowed
it
to
while
do
it's
so.
fresh.
Okay, if you all finished advanced the round. If you all finished advance the round.
I thought I hit the button. Sorry.
Alright. The elf in the back with the bow takes a couple of shots at the Reavers. And Elysian, it is your turn.
Elysian doesn't want to be in line of sight of the crossbowman, so he's just going to run over here.
Okay, that is certainly within your availability of actions.
I'm going to wait Because I'm better when other people are the targets and not myself.
This is surprisingly... what's that word where you try not to die? Well, for now, the crossbowmen choose instead to focus on the elf who is shooting them. Silver, the bacon-smelling man, is dead and on the ground.
Well, are the ones up above actually actively attacking us?
Yes, one of them shot at Elysian just last round.
Okay, are they important to the group?
Say that again, you broke up partway through.
Just a crude joke.
It's okay, you broke up from most of that as well, but yes, they are attacking everyone within sight at this point.
Just make it. Jump! My computer is having serious problems tonight. Or rather, my mouse is.
That is definitely a hit. Go for the bite. Okay, it is dying.
That's it for him. Oh, he should have done a cold breath. Oh well.
That might have been a good opportunity for it, but for now, Azeroth.
Ah, darn it. Why'd you go up there, Silver? I was gonna do a thing. Oh well.
Don't explode to action. Nope.
Well, hey.
I'm kidding.
Let's say, yeah, no, I can't do it now. You would definitely be crossed. You'd definitely get hit by that one. It's a 20-foot radius and a 40-foot high cylinder. Do you think he would survive that?
It's not the size of the attack that matters, but the damage dealt.
Yeah, he would die. He doesn't have the HP to live through that.
How much
Fine.
HP does it do?
They take a 2d8 bludgeon damage and a 46 cold damage on a failed save. Half as much if they succeed.
Because he has 49 health.
Do you think he would survive a 2d8 and a 46 if he
Well,
did?
maximum damage for that would be, 16 plus 24, which is 40, so yes, he could.
But it's more of a if Nim is willing to let Silver take potentially 40 damage.
Yeah.
No, it's more if Azeroth is willing to risk what Nim would do.
Nim
Oh,
will look up from his meal, somehow just knowing that he should eye that big skunk tail hungrily.
If he does attack the tail, know that he is going to get hit with something. Let's see. Since that one's gone, I can't use that. I really don't have any others. I don't have any other ranged spell except that one. Actually, I do have one. Well, 120 feet, definitely can make that. Okay, I'll use this then. I'll use Guiding Bolts as an action. Let's see. Yeah, okay. And it hits a specific target, and they take radiant damage. Good, so I won't hurt anybody this time.
Unless you crit and draw that same crit card, of course.
What are the chances of me doing that?
Hey,
Anyway.
never question the odds.
With my luck. Anyways, I have to roll to cast it, don't I, Reg? I was gonna roll to cast it on this guy.
Zim, we need a magical crit.
I wasn't trying for it, I swear.
Oh, good. This is just a setback.
You were holding your breath.
Yes, I was. If you kill Silver, we are going to have trouble.
I could revive him, technically.
That's
Yeah,
actually very
revivify.
expensive. I don't know if you have the materials for it.
Yeah, I work for the church. And, well, I guess I could pull strings. Especially for a Aircore hero of Mole Master. I mean, come on.
Didn't want it anyway. Double damage and a non-magical item the target is holding or wearing is also affected by the damage type of the spell.
Okay, roll for double damage, which should just be roll the attack or the damage. Or well,
Double the dice.
yes. So clear the crit by rolling another attack, and then just click to get twice as many dice. So drag the attack or the damage over to him, and then click until the number of dice there are double.
Well, if I started that with 4, double would be 8. And then I drop it on this guy.
Oddly enough, he's still alive.
Hi.
But I'm sure he has something that we can destroy. Oh, look. A longsword.
Man, you know what? I should have just made it a level 2 spell, but whatever. I'll go with. Where's my bonus action thing? There we go. 1d4 plus your spellcasting modifier. I'll use Healing Word on. Look. No. 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 God damn, these guys have some very freaking high HP, man. Anyways, I'll cast my thing on Zale. He looks like he can use a healing word or two.
You can only use a bonus action spell and another spell if the other one is a cantrip.
Damn it, that's right. Oh well, never mind then. Next.
Now, speaking of Zale, Zale is cursing heavily, but he will advance a little bit and toss his dagger at the crossbowman in front of him. For a nice solid hit. And a nice solid hit. The dagger reappears in his hand a moment later, and the Reavers have their turn. Let's see, this one is currently being hassled by a wolf, so he drops his crossbow and swings at Silver with his shock-tooth covered longsword. That is a hit for 5 slashing damage to poor Silver. I think this guy's actually present. Let's delete him. There we go. The priest looks down at Azeroth, and he doth look most angry. So, here is what he is going to do.
Silver uses
He's
his
fine.
reaction for puppy dog eyes.
He's not attacking Silver.
Oh, gotta look
One.
down at Silver.
2, 3,
3 and 1/4.
4. Deals about 13 damage to Azeroth as bolts of a sickly green energy shoot out from his hand and unerringly strike you. Comes if I push to talk. While I am handling this, we near the next initiative. So, people decide what you would like to do.
I'll be attacking. I don't know if you're wanting me to, us to say,
No.
but...
Not next, but the point is I have a couple of NPC types to take care of, and now, Crickets, it is your turn.
I say we go for the guy who has the thing that we're supposed to be chasing him for.
I do not see him on the field. And I am not sure where he has gone. But what I do see is crossbows and a man who looks like he is controlling them. I will rush to Silver's aid with a whirring of fists and feet. I'll attack the boss first.
Okay, strike at the Crushing Wave Priest.
I'm going to hope that's a hit.
Oh, that is a hit. And he goes down.
All right, and then I'll put
As
my
he
other
falls, he gurgles something that you can't make out. His eyes, however, look rapturous, not pained. And another one goes down.
Another one bites the dust. Do I have the ability to take a 5-foot step towards the one who's behind me?
Not without a specific ability that allows you to do so.
Toro poo poo. Well, then I
Oh,
have an
you
extra attack
can
if they try to shoot me. That I can use a deflection, an arrow deflection. So I will pass the turn.
Toto.
I am here. I'm going to perform a rush action.
You cannot charge because there are 2 people between you and them.
That's okay. I meant double movement, not charge.
Then that is fine.
I'll even take the attack of opportunity.
Well, they will most certainly take it. That is 23.
My AC is back to 18.
Actually, I don't know that they... Well, we'll let them do it. That hits anyway. You take 10 damage as they swing at you while you go by. But I will reveal a little bit more of this for you. Okay, anything else for you this round?
Nope.
Okay, well, this person does something that you don't necessarily see. He's doing things... Oops. One moment, sorry. That guy gets his little attack off. Not that it'll do him much good. And keeping with what you have done against their glorious leader... Oops. Wrong one. They are indeed attacking you with a crossbow bolt. And don't bother deflecting, that was a miss.
Alrighty.
Okay, Nimota.
Perfect. Right now. It's not on a full square, so DM call on whether pack tactics or no.
Well, he is where he's meant to be, so probably going to be a no.
Okay.
And that is a miss.
That one I assume is a hit.
Oh yes, that hits. Please,
And I think I'm gonna do...
by all means, kill another poor NPC. He's a PC in someone's world, okay? Whip. You rip out his throat as he stares at you in terror.
I'm satisfied with that. I'm starting to feel satisfaction in the killing.
Does anybody here speak Elven?
Pretty sure I only know Sylvan. Yeah,
Okay.
only Sylvan.
The
I
elves
speak Canine.
call out to each other. No. Call something to each other in Elven and proceed through a doorway in this building. You don't see where they're going. Elysium.
That's through that doorway?
That is indeed through that doorway.
Okay, well. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6. You know he ran up there, so 1, 4, 5, and 6. Okay. Keep following the tracker, figure out where he went, stop.
Alright, Silver will move here and attempt to finish this one off.
Well, Silver apparently has the ability to do.
How many crits is that in this
Unlimited
session?
potential. A lot of crits so far.
Well, apparently whatever Mab did to him, it worked.
Find an opening. Maximum damage, and you have advantage on attacks against the target for 2d4 plus 2 rounds. Gee, thanks.
He's dead.
Yeah, I was
Trust
like-
me, he's dead.
Well, max damage would be 11.
Well, I promise he didn't have enough hit points left for minimum damage.
Oh. As long as he's dead. And that will be all
Okay.
for
As
Silver.
far as you can tell, the field is clear of current enemies. Oops. You know that. We're going to keep in combat rounds because time is a factor, but we will loosen up a little bit on who does what when.
Oh. Oh, Teo, where'd he go from here?
Well, let's let Azeroth go first because, you know,
Okay.
it is his turn.
I'm guessing the most important thing would be to catch up. I'm guessing that's 30. But then, yeah. And I heal myself. What shield should I use? I'll use my Cure One spell. Actually, no, wait. Those aren't our friends. Those are just regular NPCs minus Sale, who... Yeah, whatever. Okay, then. I'm
Well,
gonna
they
take
haven't
this.
been attacking you, so maybe the friends?
I know they're friendlies for now, but I can't heal everybody. Is the problem, and the main party don't need no healings, or at least they don't require much of attention aside from Zale. So yeah, I'm gonna pop this off as a level 3 spell for myself. That's a horrible roll, but whatever.
Alright, health is health, and you're no longer dying.
Yep. Still a horrible roll, though. Might as well roll 3 ones. Okay.
Zale calls out to the rest of you. Right. Well, if he's got the orb, we've got to catch him right quick. I'll go this way with the others in my group, and you try and head him off, go in the direction he went.
Agreed.
And he proceeds to the same doorway. It is, well, the gnome also follows him, obviously, casting a healing spell as she does, by the way. Which brings us to Cricket and a new initiative. Do as you wish. Crickets, are you there?
Zelos?
Well, we'll break a little bit out of initiative order then. What do you guys like to do? Your quarry is not presently in sight.
Well, I
Have
guess
Tato.
we would just follow Tato, because Tato seems to know where he's going.
Also, doesn't he like... Isn't he like super good at tracking?
One would
I'd
hope.
I'd like to roll survival to track it.
Take advantage because you have your hunter's mark active. Well, you can't quite pin down exactly where he's going, but you know that he was heading east.
I can tell by
As far as you
footprints,
can
I
see
guess.
now. Yeah, he's got this very distinctive heavy tread, and the ground is just soft enough.
Tato
It's
points
not
out the footprints to everyone else. And he'll charge his way east.
Okay, taking
Or
the dash action, I assume. Keeping in mind, visibility is still poor because it is night, but you can tell that there is water nearby. Your sensitive knows to such things, being a seal,
Mm-hmm.
will tell you it is fresh water.
Does the trail still go east?
Actually, here it looks like he turned south along that path.
Tato points to the south at anyone who will see. And I guess I'll end my turn.
Okay. Well, others may go.
So do these little white squares count as doors?
They're effectively doors, yes.
Okay, well, then Elysian's going to go in this one. Head south, see if we can cut off there.
Okay. You enter that room,
Ow.
and yeah, there's no exit from it. There are a couple of wash tubs if you'd like to take a bath.
Yes, I'd like to take a bath when the evil guy that has the water. Okay, next room then.
And that will be effectively your
How
turn.
warm
from
is
now.
the water?
Yeah,
There's actually not any water in it right now. It's some mucky dregs.
Oh. Take away all
So,
my fun.
Okay, as Roth, keeping with the group, or staying back to get some things done?
I'll be right back.
Guess I'm keeping with the group. I didn't know everyone was running ahead. I don't know. Well, I'm curious what's in this door over here, technically, but everyone else is running ahead, so... Do we know where the guy with the orb is gone, or do we just...
Tato's tracking him to the best of his abilities, and it looks like he's heading...
Are we not keeping track of steps and all that stuff because we're out of combat now, or...?
We're semi out of combat. There's nothing in the immediate area to threaten you, but time is still a factor. So
Like I
you
said,
need
doesn't
everybody
matter,
to
doesn't
act
matter
before
how
I
many...
move on, kind of thing.
Doesn't matter how far I move it. So
It is. It does. I'm saying we're not going to keep strict on who acts when, but we will need to look at who's acting where.
Good okay then. Well, I'm behind these guys for now.
Assuming Crickets follows because he is not present at present. Back to Tato. Who I just remembered just left. So we might just take a minute here.
Three hours later.
Well, on the plus side, if you wanted to take that bath now.
Well, in that case, just keep going then.
Well, you kind of need your tracker to figure out where things are. But yes, you can all catch up with him, except Elysian, assuming you're taking the dash actions to keep up.
Yeah, well, I was going to look in that room first.
Okay, we can handle that real fast. The room is filled with cots and some very disturbingly dirty blankets.
Oh, let's go down. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Here.
Cots, blankets, very dirty.
There's no door at the bottom there.
No door at the bottom there.
1, 2, 3, 4. Come out that door then.
Okay, you'll be about around behind the others when we get going again.
Alright, well, since the others are gone right now, I'm gonna step away as well. Just
In fact, let's take a 5 to 10 minute bio then. How's that?
that'll work.
Everybody,
mouse will
mark
work.
yourselves as AFK if you are leaving. And when we get back, we'll call for a dice roll to make certain.
My mouse doesn't want to work now. Ugh. There we go.
Everything okay? Oh.
Alright, guys, so we're going to be right back in a few moments. Thank you all so much for your patience. we might be a little bit from moving back to the regular screen from intermission. Actually, I'll just leave it on the regular screen. That'll work. We'll get going again as soon as possible. Thank you all for your patience. We'll be right back.
Tato's back. I had to use the bathroom.
We're on a
Hey,
bio break, so it'll be a bit longer.
Okay.
Everyone who is back, please roll 1d8.
But Dad, I want to roll a 1d6.
Then I'll just skip all of your turns until you roll 1d8.
Okay.
Yeah, people, let's do this!
We are still missing an Azeroth and a Crickets.
Sorry, I had to go AFK, guys.
You're fine, we took a bio. If you're back, roll a d8, so we know you're here. Disembodied voice who I do not know.
So is this a door? Let's see here. Over here?
That is a window. The door is actually right here-ish.
And I will go to the door and open it.
Okay. You will find a most intriguing room beyond, I believe. By intriguing, I mean empty. By most, I mean... Of course, what's really impressive is how I somehow managed to remove the unmasking tool without unmasking anything. There we go.
I think that'll probably be my my action then, since that was.
We had a couple of rounds saved up. So this room has plain wooden pews facing that large altar on the west. There's no immediate sign of what deity or religion is worshipped here. At least not from where you are standing.
I want to look in here.
Now,
Are we
hold
still
on a
going in
minute.
turn order?
Ever
Hold on.
semi in turn order.
Blue dude, you've got a bunch of air on your line.
Oh.
But for now, Crickets gets 2 turns because he was gone for 2 turns. If you want to move in and examine the room more closely, you may. The rest are following the trail that Tato can find of Mr. Crabclaw.
Maybe I would move here towards the south, if that's just what is that where the trail is leading?
That is indeed where the trail leads. Okay, Tato.
There we go.
I'm here.
The trail continues south from where you are.
I'm just gonna keep following that trail. I'm not gonna keep my eyes completely down, but straight ahead.
Okay, you arrive there and find a covey little beach.
The trail still go down here?
Well, aside from the fact that you can't exactly track down stone steps, as far as you can tell. You do spot figures along the bottom there. Okay, Elysian, you are also there, not too far behind Tato and the others if they are following him.
Does the trail lead east or south?
The trail will require another survival check now that you've lost the direct footprints you were following. But yes, it looks like they moved towards those steps, and I'll give you a bit more.
Oh yeah, I forgot to. Hold on, let me just roll twice.
No, you did have advantage. I could give you more. Nope, you got what you got because the other one was less.
That's fine.
Okay. The water there smells like an unfamiliar river to you. Welcome back.
Yeah, you're gonna hear it regardless. I can't do nothing about it because the air conditioning's on, but yeah.
Well, it's not as bad this time, so. Okay. Anyone else doing anything other than following Tato?
Oh, not really.
Zale and his unknown associate are there when you reach the bottom of that set of stairs. Right. Well, if he didn't head off with your way, then he must have gone into the water.
You said Tato was tracking his footprints?
Yes.
And Tato was tracking him. Footprints lead pretty much into the water.
Mm-hmm.
So it leads into the water?
Trail leads right to, well, not directly into the water because, stone steps. This isn't a sandy beach where they have lots of, sand blown onto them. But it looks like he probably went that way.
Tato, are you there?
Yes, I'm right here.
Okay.
Why do you ask?
Because you're the one tracking him and you're not saying anything.
Tato just points towards the. Is that a river or lake? What?
You smell river water. Flowing fresh water.
I could actually track him better underwater. Saying nothing, Tato just dives in.
Okay, give me another survival check. I think you have a swim speed, so you shouldn't need to make a swim check.
Yeah, I don't have. I don't have problems.
Okay. You find traces of what could be something disturbing the bottom of the river, but whatever it was moved fast. Give me a perception.
With or without advantage?
Without. As you look around, searching for signs of passage, a large shape moves suddenly towards you. And as you fix upon it, you spot a very, very large shark moving aggressively towards you.
I don't have time for this. Alright, Tato will use Slayer's Prey on the shark.
Okay, let me drag it in here.
Kill it quick, then move on.
There is the shark.
Oh, nice.
In fact, with that perception check, you notice what looks like it could be some sort of saddle on the shark. Somebody rides these things. Okay, well, if we're proceeding with combat, we will proceed with combat. I don't think the others will really be able to see you. I will allow perception checks if they want to try for any sort of attack action.
Only Silver,
But for
Elysian,
now-
and Nim, though.
Give me a quick initiative roll. Or at least a roll modified by your initiative, so that we know which between you and the shark go first. That doesn't help, actually, because that's what the shark rolled. But according to Fantasy Grounds, you did indeed have the higher bonus. You move first.
I'm gonna stab this shark right through the nose.
Okay, bap it on the nose with the pointy end.
It's like, I don't got time for this.
Ain't nobody got time for your shark.
Apparently you don't. Zim, we need a crit card.
Piercing. Melee.
For the rest of you, Zale is running up with the others in tow.
Shoulder jab.
Uh,
Maximum damage and roll the damage dice again.
Cool.
Okay. What's your... Actually, roll the damage dice and then tell me what the max damage is.
Max is 13.
Okay, actually, hold off for... Well, you needed to clear the crit, so I'm
What
going
the-
to delete that and change it to 13. So roll the
Okay.
damage again.
I don't know why it did 2D. Oh, and plus 1d6
Because
as well.
you did not roll another attack to clear the crit.
Ah, okay.
Okay, you've hurt it. You've definitely hurt it. It will attack you back. With a hit and some damage. Zale, meanwhile, is speaking to the rest of you. Wait, if he wasn't in the water, then we're not finding him. That's that. Go shatter kills at home in there. Tatum,
Oh, quit being a
your turn in the
scaredy
combat.
cat.
It's not a problem I've got with the water. The fellows have fish, I swear it.
Did they forget about Tato's Vibrace?
Potatoes what?
Vibrace. Whiskers.
Oh.
Seals use their whiskers to track underwater prey by sensing the vibrations.
Yes, and right now you're sensing a lot of vibrations from a very large and hungry shark.
Yeah, we'll kill that first.
By the way, for the perception, do you want that on our turns or now?
Well, I'm not exactly taking your turns because there's only two main combatants, but if you want to give me one, then please do so. Thing is, they're about at the bottom of a very murky river. And again,
Wait,
please
you
make
want
rolls
the-
in the tower.
I still thoroughly disagree with that.
Well, in this case, it might give you a success because that was a fail. No, still not quite enough. You can see motion down in the water and it's churning up a lot of mud. And that with it being dark, unless you're an aquatic creature, you're not really getting any sight of what's going on down there. Okay, unless anyone else has any actions they want to take, Tato, go ahead and roll for another round.
Roll initiative for another round, or roll attack?
Just whatever you want to roll. I mean, if you really feel the need for any initiative, it could be lower.
No.
You miss. But that one hits.
For max damage.
Well, it's still not quite dead. And it takes its own attack against you.
1d6 too.
Okay, that's still not going to kill it.
It's fine.
Good for remembering that. And actually, with that damage you did to it, it is going to disengage and flee.
Can I get another survival check to track him?
You can certainly try. It looks like you've lost the trail, unfortunately. If you move out while attempting to track him, you will find a now closed water gate that he undoubtedly fled through.
I'm assuming this shark is his, so time for me to be petty.
There's actually... Well, okay, you can attack him. He locked it in there to try and delay you, essentially.
Yeah, well, it worked. Do I get to attack again or no?
Go for it. As he would advance on it, it will turn back to attack again.
Is it attacking me right now, or do I get the attack
Oh,
first?
no, you get your attack first. You're the aggressor. You miss, but you get to attack. Okay.
I rolled a 2 3 times today.
Yeah,
Jesus.
two pair doesn't really work in this, although it would be quite effective in poker. Now the shark turns back on you, biting once more with its jagged teeth. Your turn.
Yeah, while you're biting me, I'm just gonna shove my spear into your head. And I roll a 1.
No, you're not.
Ah, fumble card, piercing. Anyway. Son of a bitch.
That's the first one of those this session. And of course it's Tato's, you know.
It is appropriate.
Tato,
Yes.
you eat within the last 30 minutes?
No, I have not.
You sure? Because apparently you're cramping. Cramp, you deal half damage for 1d4 plus 1 rounds.
You go ahead and roll the d4 yourself in the open.
All 4 rounds.
5.
Yeah,
Go ahead
5.
and roll your second attack.
They both. Oh, wait. Yeah.
Okay, that's a hit. Roll the damage in the open. Well, even with half damage, it's enough to kill it.
Sorry, I was a little too quick on there.
No, you're fine. It worked out.
Alright, can I climb up?
From where you are, probably not, but you can go back to the stairs.
Damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it! Tato is full of bite marks.
Why? Was he actually still down there? Because if he's still down there, we might have a chance.
Nah, he's past the gate.
Oh, then he's long gone. We're not quite sure what he's riding down there, but he's got something that makes him move fast.
He was riding a shark. I killed it.
But, wait, aren't sharks supposed to be a saltwater fish? How does that even work?
Tato just shrugs.
Right, no, that's not the thing right now. Okay, we failed this. This is not a... We've cleared out the keep, but if they've got the orb, that's bad news. Right, you lot come back with me. We'll head back to headquarters and try to figure out what to do next.
Where's Brum?
Oh. You know that pipsqueaky little... We had him on a different job at the present.
Is he
Why,
alive?
you've met him.
I'm sure Brum is fine.
Yeah, he was kind of your replacement until you got back.
Wait. You
Uh,
replaced me with a squirrel.
No.
Well, not
Uh,
us.
Like,
Oh,
It was not
Louis
by
did
my
that.
choice for sure. The little
Kept
thing
running.
wouldn't even
Well,
eat meat.
if he was with you, then there is no question of why he lost the orb. Now, that makes sense. Now, follow me. I'm sure he's back by now. Preferably before more of these cultists come back to this place and, well, try and kill us all. Don't know about you, but I've taken quite a beating.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, and I've taken a few bitings too. I need to check these rooms actually. Clean them out.
Okay, assuming you all follow, Zale will lead you back out of the keep and along a mountain road for a while until you leave the foothills.
All right.
After a little over an hour of additional walking, you approach what is essentially a gigantic oak, a monstrous tree growing atop an otherwise barren hill. Taking you around to the back of the tree, he opens what it turns out to be a hidden doorway built to blend into the roots around it, and motions for you to proceed him into the gloom. Anyone have any concerns, or are you all following normally?
Nim has no reason not to trust Zale.
Yeah,
Zim has
I'm
every
following.
reason not to trust Zale, but he'll follow anyway.
Zim does. Nim does not.
Once you pass they're wooden steps, but they're not quite carved. If you look at them as you're traversing down, you'll notice they almost look as though they've been grown there. The grey light of pre-dawn is in the sky behind you as you begin the descent, and Zale looks up at it as though somewhat concerned about the passage of time. The stairway opens up into a surprisingly large room, all underground, all capped by the roots of this seemingly ancient oak. Considering it's basically a cave under a tree, it's quite comfortable. The floor is that same oddly shaped wood, and there are tables, some chairs, and a curtained off section or two leading to what appear to be rooms beyond. Seated at the large table, bushy tail out behind him, is indeed Brum Hotsong. He appears to be going over some sort of map.
Tato will resist the urge to just hug him.
Good job losing the orb, Brum.
It's not Brum's fault. It's technically ours.
Elysian goes
do
to
you
cup
actually say
Tato. Elysian goes to cup Tato's mouth. No, it's solely Brum's fault.
I beg your pardon. I didn't remember losing any orb. Hey, when did you guys get here? I thought we left you off at the Great Glacier.
You did.
We went through the Feywild to get back.
Apparently I was there before. They didn't like me very much.
There's quite a bit of lore surrounding the Feywild, but I've never actually been there. Tell me, is it really always dusk in that land?
Yes.
Yeah, pretty much.
Considering your previous location, you must have gone to the Winter Court. Oh, that's dangerous. Don't know that I would have advised it, but it should have been quite the journey. Perhaps you can sit down and tell me about it.
Oh. We don't actually have much time because they have the orb right now, and they're going to cause a huge calamity. Also, I'm pretty sure they killed the translator we left the orb with.
Hold on. Are you telling me that you had one of the elemental orbs?
We didn't really know what it was, that's why I left it with a translator. Then, when we came back, oh, we'll know what it is. Okay, cool.
So, did you lot lose the orb, or did Brom do it? Because I'm getting confused right now.
I don't know why. No, you shut up. We lost the orb.
How did you manage to do that? I mean, as far as I remember, Elysian was practically sleeping with the thing. That's why we left it in your care. We assumed that it'd be safe and be traveling around enough for it not to show any effects. And
we gave it to
a
person to get translated.
What, you were actually trying to listen to that babble? Oh, that was a bad idea.
Yes, it was.
Just a sec, I'll get the lady. Zell proceeds to the back, the central area. The back of this room, it looks like it's the central area of the entire complex, and knocks delicately upon a taproot in the middle there. It's like a big column of branching roots. After a few moments, the roots part, and Lady Kep of Lilies walks out.
Let's get her.
You broke up for most of that?
Unfortunately, Capilili is watching YouTube and playing Ark.
She's always playing Ark.
Look, if you want to clear up who's to blame, it's me. It was my idea to leave the orb with somebody who could translate.
Wait, you mean to tell me that you've lost the orb?
Yes.
That is bad. Zale, fetch our guest some food, if you would. She motions you all to seat yourselves at the long table. I take this to mean that Gar Shatterkill has the orb of water.
I've been calling him Big Claw, but yes.
And then all four of the prophets have their orbs. And whatever will happen soon. I apologize. I had intended to leave you out of this if possible. My hope was that, with the cultists not knowing the last location of the orb of water, it would be safe in your care.
I was under the impression we killed all the cultists.
Oh no. The actions of the elemental cult have been rising all across the land. I understand that you came in contact with the crushing wave in Mulmaster when you recovered the orb yourself. I recovered that information from Zale's memories as he lay recovering from his ordeals.
Yeah, we had to lie to the cloaks.
This proved wise, I believe. The cult of the crushing wave had no notion of where the orb had gone after you defeated their forces in that tower. They assumed it lost when the muds flowed back in to reclaim it. Truthfully, they spent many weeks digging away secretly, trying to uncover it once again. So long as it remained with your party and you had no reason to become their focus of attention, it should have been safe.
So mistakes were made. We
Yeah.
shall learn from them.
The ultimate mistake was mine. I should have warned you, but I thought distancing myself would be the wiser course. I cannot remain long. My efforts are best spent countering the effects of the orbs already put in place. Brum will explain to you what has been happening. Unless anyone objects or has other words, Lady Kep, looking quite weary, will return to her place within the column of rooms. Zale, meanwhile, returns with mugs of ale and what appear to be not quite travel rations, but well-preserved food that has been stockpiled for a while. Mostly cheeses, dried meats, some fresh-baked bread. Does anybody not partake, or partake in a manner that requires description?
So there's no meat?
There is dried meat, but not a lot of it.
Tato will just
We're
leave the dried
talking
meat.
slices of salted ham or such.
Nim and Silver will claim all of the...
Oh god. Tato will just eat whatever he can grab. He's not really focused on his meal. He's just pissed off mostly at himself.
I mean, they're not omnivores. They can't handle fruits and nuts and crap.
Yes, I know. You're obligate carnivores. Eat all the meat you want.
Okay. As he settles back in, Zale begins. Right, where to start? First off, how did you lot even get here? As I understand that you was heading to Mulmaster last.
We got here via enemy portal. It's the
Oh, right.
portal he was using to escape from. We tracked him through there, and that led us.
Shatakio can make portals. Probably not very often, otherwise he'd be using them against us. We might have to reevaluate what he's capable of.
Oh, I know he can paralyze people. Use that on me.
Well, I mean, lots of people can do that. It's a spell, you know? That probably means you don't even know where you are. Welcome to the Sarum Valley. It's a pit of a place, just a few days' travel off of Waterdeep, along one of the lesser-known trade routes.
Yeah, at least it is somewhat. At least it is warmer than the glacier, and perhaps a little warmer than Mulmaster too. It's not quite warm enough for me. I'm glad I have plenty of sweaters.
Right, and who are you again?
Pleased to meet you. My name is Cricket, sings at night. I'm a monk of the Golden Rose. Who are you, my friend? You seem to fight quite well.
It's a very strange name. I'm Zale Alden, and I'm nobody that you need to know if you're a monk.
Could you repeat that? I only understood about half of it.
Tato will
Never mind.
interject. He's a very dangerous guy, okay?
Yeah, well, we seem to meet a lot of them. I believe, to some extent, we are all very dangerous men and women in this group.
Right, well, all of that aside and introductions out of the way, etc., etc., you've wandered into a bit of a war zone. As the good lady said, cultist activity has been increasing dramatically all over the land. I believe that you'll recall a few of those encounters with, what was her name? Ravioli? That was
Ravia.
the Cult of the Flame. And we fought them lot of folks. We've had a few encounters with them, but the main group, the core of the action is here. Brum will clear his throat and break in. There are 4 main cults, actually. The one that you just encountered, if you were indeed part of Mr. Argent's force, was the Crushing Wave. They've been basing out of that old fortress for a few months now. We've done what we can to discourage them, but their main quarters of operation are obviously elsewhere. Also active in the area is the Howling Hatred, who serve some wind elemental, we believe. Eternal Flame is what was referenced earlier, I believe. And the Black Earth are the final cult. Something has convinced them, the prophets and the main cultists, to gather in this area, and though they are normally opposed to each other, for some reason they are almost working together.
It sounds like something might be bending the will of the elemental cult.
Well, I don't know about that, but we've captured a few of the members, and some delicate persuasion has afforded us a few bits of information. Each of them was after these orbs. We don't know what they are, we don't know what they do. But for some reason, they are of
Tato
utmost
raises his
importance.
hand.
Yeah, what's your name?
Tato.
Right, I'll remember that. I did, I was testing you. Right.
What the hell's wrong with you? Anyway, the orbs cause calamity, and I'm going to assume said calamity has something to do with their element, so I'm going to just take a guess here that the water orb will cause massive flooding, the earth orb massive earthquake, the fire orb bathe everything in fire, maybe a huge firestorm.
Right, no, you're not entirely wrong, and there's been quite a bit of that lately. This entire area has been under some phenomenal weather patterns. Earthquakes, heat waves suddenly interspersed with blizzards. It's been quite a roller coaster, I'll show you. Not that I know what a roller coaster is, but it sounds appropriate.
And since I fought a saltwater shark in the freshwater, I'm going to assume they can summon shark.
Well, more likely that came with the water cultists. So, whatever cult they follow, whatever creature, being, whatever, has control over them, affords them some affinity with certain creatures.
What forces do we have at our disposal to counter their efforts?
Well, it's pretty much you lot and my lot, and that's about it. In addition to the main cults, each of them appears to have, we don't know if they were elected or placed themselves in charge, but we have heard of 4 prophets. You would have encountered Gar Shatterkill, prophet of the Crushing Wave. We have heard the name S3E26, who heads the Howling Hatred. Morlos Umbrael is the Black Earth leader, spiritual or otherwise, we're not certain, though I have heard some unsettling rumors of him. And some being we don't have a description of, named Vonifer, leads the Eternal Flame.
So we know that it would cause a calamity if they combine their powers. Have we heard anything about their forces? Are they combining their forces to make an army?
Give me one moment, and I will give you. That, as soon as it loads in. Brum gestures to the map on the table. This is the Desoran Valley, the area we have been operating out of. We've been taking, well, largely the others have been taking subversive action, attempting to quell the cultists wherever possible. Zale points to a few places along the map, most of them in an area called the Sumber Hills. Right, we've taken out a number of cultists in these locations and, so far as we can tell, ended their surface operations for now. But if Gore Shatterkill has his orb, then they've all headed underground next, which cannot be good.
So our mission. Oh. So our mission will be to go underground and route them out.
Yeah, about that. So, we've managed to mostly work against them on the surface, but they've got some sort of fortress. Or something. It's an area they all share. Or at least we've seen people going in from all sides of this conflict, and... well, unfortunately, I think that's where they're going in with the orbs.
Can the orbs of the seasons counter the orbs of the elements?
I have no idea what you're talking about. There are more orbs. Please tell me. Someone tell me there's not more orbs. I can't deal with more orbs.
They're in the Feywild.
No, there's a fire orb. I don't know if there's a earth orb. And didn't we encounter the
He just
air
told
orb?
us about those orbs.
Oh. Well,
Technically,
okay,
they're simply not the cults, but yes, each of them has their orbs
Kato's
already.
thing, there are orbs in the Feywilds, yes. However, they're apparently different in some way compared to the orbs you're dealing with right now.
Yeah, instead of based off of an element, they're based off of a season.
Right, well, if they're not here, I don't give no shits about them. So,
Fine.
we've got to worry about all these 4 elemental ones.
Okay.
Tato in particular, are you looking at the map that Brum has indicated?
Yeah.
A number of symbols crisscross the area, looking as though they've been scrolled on with charcoal, and these are the ones that Zale indicates for places they've hit. One of them will catch your eye in a couple of places, including where he indicated that the keep you were just at was. It is that same X with a bar along the bottom that you saw scrolled outside of your contact's house.
Damn it.
Now, to the best of our knowledge, all of the cultists who have orbs, in fact, they all seem to share this location. He points to a place around the middle of the Sumber Hills. It is a subterranean entrance to what they refer to as the Eye of the Fane, or the Fane's Eye, sometimes. We don't know what it is or where it leads, but it is the most likely location that they would have taken the other orbs.
So you're telling us they have all 4 of the orbs in one place?
Yeah, that's about the gist of it since you lost that last one.
Now I really want to know what happens if the orbs touch each other.
About this time, more figures climb down the stairwell into the hidden base, we'll call it, the hideout. They are the two blonde-haired elves and the gnome. The first elf, a female, looks at you all gathered around the table. Oh, look, Leiroth. More animals have come to join the lady's cause. The male responds to her. Yes, sister. Let us at least hope that these mongrels did not bring fleas with them.
Hey.
Nim will
I could
growl
spend
at
some
them.
time to attune to my staff of stinging insects.
Unless any of you try to stop them, they proceed through one of the curtains along the back wall. The gnome stops by the table and speaks briefly to you before proceeding herself. Oh, don't mind them. They just don't really want to be here.
Then they can leave.
Well, actually they can't. You see, they owe the Lady Cap a favor, and she's calling it in for this little hundig.
At this point, it's less a favor, and it's do it or the world is due.
No,
Or
for them
rather
it's a
doubt
favor.
they care about that. If they had it their way, they'd be living in the Feywild. But they're not allowed inside, see. Their blood isn't pure enough.
What are you going on about now?
Oh, don't worry, honey. If you don't know, then you don't need to know. Welcome to the team, whoever you are.
Technically, then, wouldn't they be the ones with fleas considered?
Well, if you'd stop being so mean, I'd like to tell you we are.
No, I'm saying said we bring fleas, and I was like, well, they're not even allowed in their homeland, so technically, aren't they considered the one with fleas?
Interesting logic, but I'm not sure how it flies.
Haha.
Well,
The
They're
gnome
dirty
proceeds
mongrels.
out to them.
They're the dirty mongrels of their bloodline, basically.
Oh, cut the pissing contest.
Yeah, I was going to say, sticks and stones may break our bones, but their words will not hurt us. I think more importantly to discuss is, it sounds like we have a siege or an infiltration into this temple that they go. I mean, if the cultists have already gathered the powers of earth, fire, wind, and water, perhaps we should guard the power of our hearts and to retrieve those elemental orbs.
Mate, I think you're insane, and all the power to you. But you're basically right, yeah.
Was that a Captain Captain Planet reference?
Well, I was wondering if there might be a general or a captain who leads their armies. He might be the one who is indeed having them gather the orbs together.
Well, I mean, some sort of overload isn't beyond possibility, but it would make things more difficult for us. As it stands, they're quite divided. Any cooperation betwixt them is grudging at best. We've been exploiting that quite a bit.
Do you think there's a possibility we could cause a greater divide between two of the factions? Or perhaps
Well,
all four?
If you can find them, certainly. But honestly, we've managed to mostly wipe them out of the surface, so whatever's left is down under the fane.
Have any deities taken notice?
Oh gods, I hope not. Aside from Lady Cap, and she's not quite a deity. Sub-deity, maybe. Some sort of divine figure, certainly.
Alright. So what's our next move?
Well, I think for now we should all get some sleep, because I don't know about you, but I've been up all night.
And I need to clean out these shark bites.
And after that, we'll ask Lady Cat what she wants us to do. And chances are we'll go on into the Fane, though, so get ready for that.
Did you say Fane or Faye?
Fane, F-A-Y-N. I'm not sure if there's an E on the end of that.
Nim is gonna grumble, but look around for somewhere to sleep.
Yeah, where is there to sleep here?
Well, the room to the right there is already occupied by the others, but we're gonna move out of a couple of beds to the left.
Sure.
If you proceed through that curtain, you'll find a few bunks. Nothing fancy, but it's a place to sleep.
I'll go there.
Sounds quite good to me.
Barracks?
Anybody staying out or doing anything else?
It's been a long night. Long day. Nim's ready for sleep.
As you settle in, Lady Kep's voice issues seemingly from the walls, or maybe the ceiling, possibly the floor. You're not quite certain. I've contacted the entity inside of your wagon. He will attempt to pilot it to this location, but it will take some time.
Thank you, anyways.
Tato will be hit by the realization, oh god, I left my wife!
Shenzi, we will say, is with you, but has been very silent for some reason.
I'm sure she's fine, Tato. Besides, I'm pretty sure that your wife would rather be saving the world, because if there's no world, there's no wife.
Yeah,
Okay.
true.
You all settle in for a nice long rest. Long rest meaning I can apply XP.
Yes.
You receive bonuses both for reaching Mole Master and finding a contact, however briefly, and for making your way to Desarin Valley.
Nim will be curled up with Shenzi.
You are all level 8.
Is that a sufficient fanfare for it?
Yes.
I think the Final Fantasy jingle would also be appropriate.
I know, but I like the Final Fantasy one for combat more.
Oh, fair.
Final Fantasy X spoiled me. Best one.
Final Fantasy X was the easiest. You know, until you get to the Dark Aeons, but then that's less difficulty and more tedious.
I unfortunately haven't played many of them. Mostly because, well, the Final Fantasy games are quite the investment of time.
You're not wrong.
I did play
All are
3 and 4. Well, they're remakes of those. I enjoyed them a lot. So I think I best because I like to be able to customize my party however I want with classes. Anyways,
I'll take a minute now and level yourselves up.
let's level up last week. Or last session.
No. It's been a little while.
Maybe it
No,
has.
the last time we leveled up, was right when we were about to leave Grandma.
Oh yes, that's right. I'm thinking of the Tuesday group.
I forget what I'm supposed to do to level up. Gosh darn it.
Go into the library, pull up classes, and drag and drop cleric onto yourself. Unless you want a multi-class, which is fully possible.
Go there. Drag and drop. Oh my.
Anyway, we will be ending here tonight. Going forward, we will be delving into the actual Princes of the Apocalypse content.
I'm sorry, where am myself again? Just on my image name, or I'll put it on my...
Well,
Sorry, I'm not trying to roll d20 to do dexterity check. I think at level 8 you get an ability score increase. And I was
Yes.
trying to figure out how to achieve that.
First off, did you add your level onto your character?
I took the monk class and drag it onto my character sheet. It raised my monk to 8.
level.
Okay. So it will post in the chat what you get. For changing your ability score, just click on the box once and then type in the new
illustrious
number.
champion returns. Welcome home.
The Mouser, great timing. Thank you very much for that resubscription. 11 months. You're almost to a year, man.
Yay! You'll
Cool.
get to join the year club with me.
Now I have a strength of 14 and a wisdom of 16.
Meanwhile, we got Prism at 1 month away from 2 years.
Yay.
All right,
Okay,
everybody.
Mind to everyone before we close down here, I will not be here for the next 2 weeks. If somebody wants to take over for a one-off, talk amongst yourselves for it, talk to Zim, etc., etc.
I also won't be here.
All right, guys. So, like Mahal just said, the next 2 weeks are up in the air for Fists of Furry, but we should be back on, for sure, be back on, well, you know, sure as we can be back on the 24th. Actually, our Tuesday group might have one, then be on break until mid-June as well. A lot of these groups are having a small hiatus, but, you know, sometimes it happens. So thank you all for joining us this evening for Fists of Furry Dungeons and Dragons. Thank you to my patrons, donators, and subscribers. I cannot keep doing this without you guys. I really, seriously cannot. So thank you. Do check out our website, zgfgaming.com, for information about our various things we've got going on, as well as merchandise that supports the channel, supports our DM, supports me, etc. And yeah, thank you all so much for joining, and I bid you all a very fond adieu.
Good night, everybody.
GG. Night night.
Bye.